Hi everyone, we're here today with Aragon and we have Brett Sun and John Light talking about their new project. How you guys?
Doing
So,
great.
first question, Brett, can you tell us a little bit about Aragon and what an EVM engineer does?
Sure. So Aragon really, at its core, is about reimagining what organizations will be in the future and how we can achieve that through decentralized systems and decentralized governance.
Awesome.
And I guess on the EVM part,
Yeah.
I work actually full stack across JavaScript and EVM, but an EVM engineer typically writes smart contracts, will do some audits of smart contracts, will make sure everything's secure and safe, and design architectures on the contracts so that front ends can use them properly.
Awesome. So you guys are working on Ethereum. So are you at all concerned about the scaling issues and how do you plan to try and tackle that?
I guess everyone is concerned about the scaling problem.
Right.
As for how we're tackling it, it's really we're not going to be experts, let's say at sharding or state channels or whatnot.
Sure.
As much as we'd like to be, but we're open. We've got our heads up and ears open about what's going on in this space. How can we help, or how can we start building on some of these solutions? And we also have a Nest program that gives grants, and we actually just gave sharding implementation a grant so that they could keep building.
That's awesome.
Prismatic Labs.
So do you want to talk about what you do at Aragon?
Yeah, so I'm the community lead at Aragon, and so I spend about half my time kind of online with the online community on like our Aragon chat, which is our main chat room, as well as like Reddit and Twitter and other places where the community might be hanging out and asking questions or sharing information about the project online.
Sure.
And then the other half kind of in the meet space here,
Right.
helping to organize events. When we go to conferences, I'll help organize satellite events nearby for the Aragon community to kind of come together and meet face to face, as well as like talking to meetup organizers such as yourself and getting our developers and other people in the project to share the good word about Aragon.
Nice. So John, so say I'm a developer and I really want to get started building on the Aragon platform. Where would I start and what resources are available?
Yeah, so we're working on really the final kind of developer portal that developers will use to get started. But the best place right now would be to join Aragon Chat, which is just aragon.chat, and join the dev channel there. And then check out our GitHub, where we have all of the repos to all of our projects, not only the smart contracts and the dApp, but also the dev tools that we use to build the project ourselves, dev tools that we were working on to make developing with Aragon easier, as well as to just make the app better as well, like RadSpec, for example, which is a nice way to improve the user experience of these decentralized applications. So once you get a good overview of the GitHub, you can find a project that you're interested in, and then ask one of our developers on the Aragon chat how you can best contribute.
Awesome. And how are you incentivizing folks to participate in your programs?
So we use a program called Status Open Bounty to award bounties to people who are fixing issues in the various repos that we have for the Aragon project. There are bounties for developers there, and there's also bounties for, say, non-development contributions as well, whether that's contributing documentation to any of our code projects, or contributing to more of on the community side, like our wiki, or the monthly newsletter that we put out, which is community made and curated.
Nice. So everyone can play.
Everyone can play.
Yeah, awesome.
We want to include everybody, not just engineers, but also designers, writers, and other people who believe in our vision and want to contribute.
Awesome. So you guys are essentially trying to bring DAO back. And that's kind of a little bit of a dirty word still, even though it's been a couple of years. Can you talk a little bit about your security threat model and how you're thinking about vulnerabilities in the system?
Sure. Threat models, of course, there's the smart contract side. That's potentially the most dangerous, where people will lose real money. And so we undergo audits, of course, for smart contracts. We're doing 2 right now, and hopefully when we do finish, we'll feel comfortable releasing a mainnet. We also have, we'll start a bug bounty program once we're on mainnet, on our first DAOs, and other threat vectors, I guess, would be the front end and whatnot. And I mean, those are kind of not so explored right now, but ideally in the future we'd model that a little bit more, do more penetration testing on what we assume to be safe in the front end.
Yeah. Awesome. So to wrap up, maybe if you can share kind of like what is your vision for kind of the future of decentralization, and why is your project so exciting to you guys?
I think, I mean, in many ways, I do believe decentralized organizations can solve the world's worst problems. A big reason why I joined Aragon was because of countries like Venezuela, where national governments are corrupt and broken, and there's nothing they can do. No, people don't have the power to do anything because there's central authorities.
Yeah.
And if we can decentralize that and start dissolving those structures into organizations and more people, then hopefully that won't show up as much, or empower other people.
Yeah. I think that's such an awesome mission, you guys. I hope everyone can get involved. Check out Aragon. Thank you so much for coming to give a talk to SF Crypto Devs, and then for the interview. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for having us.